we are continuing with the tutorial 2 for this semester. Just like we solved the midterm earlier, so this part of the tutorial we will solve quiz 3. So let us start with the first question of quiz 3, which is a mix of multiple choice and true false. The first question: solidification of a molten metal happens at the melting point, freezing point, equilibrium point, or this one. What do you think? Yes, those of you who are right, melting point or freezing point is the same temperature, right? When you are going from a lower temperature to higher, when you are heating, then at this temperature it starts to melt. When you are coming from higher to lower, it is already a liquid, and you are coming down, then at the same temperature it starts to freeze. So melting point or freezing point is the same temperature, therefore the answer is MP or FP, melting point or freezing point, right? So this is just two ways of looking at the same temperature. The number, for example 100 degrees for water, is the temperature at which water starts to boil and become gas, and 100 degrees is the temperature at which steam starts to condensate, right, and become water. So it is like that. Next one: when two elements are completely soluble in each other in liquid and solid state, we have dash alloy system: isomorphous, binary, multimorphous, tertiary, right? Now there are two elements, so binary is also a good answer, but binary simply means that there are two elements, but whether they are completely soluble or not is not binary, right? Binary means there are two materials, but if they are completely soluble, they are not multiformous. Multiformous means, if it is a correct word, that there will be many structures. Tertiary is something else. Isomorphous, there is only one structure. So whenever it is a binary alloy system, when two types of elements are there, but if they are completely soluble in each other in liquid and solid state, then it is an isomorphous alloy system, because only one solid structure forms. If there is alpha, it will be only solid alpha. It will not be alpha and beta solid, right? So isomorphous will be the correct answer. Third one: the temperature and composition where liquid metal suddenly changes into two solids is what? Remember, temperature and composition. Temperature is temperature, composition of course percent aluminum, percent that, right? Composition. Liquid metal suddenly changes into two solids. Normally on any phase diagram there is a solidus line, there is a liquidus line. Above the liquidus it is liquid, and when you cool, when it hits the liquidus line, then it starts to solidify. So below the liquidus it will be liquid plus solid, isn't it? It will be. So any material, if it starts cooling down from pure liquid, totally molten, when it hits the liquidus line, it changes into two phases. One is liquid and the other is solid. But when does liquid suddenly change into two solids? So is it a triple point? Is it a eutectic point? Is it a double point? So now you see, you are coming from there, it was liquid. At this point it suddenly changes into two solids. So liquid phase and two solid phases coexist, so it is a triple point. Do you understand? It is a triple point. Above this point it was pure liquid, below this point it is one solid, another solid, alpha and beta. So liquid, alpha, beta, all three coexist, so it is a triple point, it is not a double point. But at the same time, this is also a eutectic point. A eutectic reaction means a liquid suddenly changes into two solids. So both names are correct. It is a triple point and it is a eutectic point. So TP and EP, this is the correct answer. Okay. Let us now take some true false. An alloy of eutectic composition, we just have discussed what is eutectic, freezes at a lower temperature than all other compositions. Try to think and try to understand. If you open any binary eutectic phase diagram, whether it is lead tin or this or that, whatever it is, if you open it in front of you, if you don't remember, if you look at it and see, eutectic point we have just shown you. There is a liquidus line, right? There is a liquidus line on the left. There is a liquidus line on the right, because there are two solid phases. So on the left side of the phase diagram, there is a liquidus line for alpha solid, for example. On the right side, there is a liquidus line for beta. And in between there is this eutectic point. When it is a liquidus line, then the liquid first changes into a liquid and a solid. But when it goes to the eutectic, the liquid suddenly changes into two solids. So if you will see on the diagram, the liquidus line is reducing, and it is ending at one point, the left one. The right side liquidus line is also reducing, and it is ending in the same point. It is the eutectic. So yes, this is the lowest temperature at which a liquid becomes a solid. Otherwise, as soon as it touches a liquidus line, it starts to become a solid, isn't it? So all liquidus points are above this point. This is the lowest point. This is the lowest temperature at which it freezes or solidifies. So what should be the answer? True, right? This is true. Next one, non-equilibrium solidification. Non-equilibrium solidification of liquid metal leads to cored structure. Remember, homogeneous solidification, slow cooling. When it is slow cooling, it is called homogeneous solidification. It is taking a long time and everything is changing from one phase to the other phase. It was liquid, then all of the liquid is slowly changing to alpha and so on. Cores means at certain points something is not uniform. The rest of it is alpha. But this small core here is something else. That happens only if it is faster cooling at a non-homogeneous rate. So this is called non-equilibrium solidification. So yes, when there is non-equilibrium solidification, cores will be formed and the structure will be not homogeneous, not uniform, non-homogeneous or cored structure. So what is your answer? It should be true, right? It should be true that yes, non-equilibrium solidification leads to cored structure. You will see that I am taking a lot of time. I could just give you the direct answer. But you see, it is a tutorial. And anyhow, whenever I will solve something for you, I want you to understand the physics or the mechanics or the process that is going on. Not that memorize or remember that this is the answer. No. Understand. If you understand, then you don't have to memorize. You will always know the correct answer. Next one. After the process of homogenization, coarse structure is formed in metals and alloys. This is related to this one. Remember, if you go to that slide where non-equilibrium cooling and core structure are discussed, then after discussing that if the cooling rate is very fast or if the solidification is non-equilibrium, then cores are formed. It is not a homogeneous uniform structure everywhere. But then this is bad. We want every material to be the same property everywhere, because you will design for that property. If the properties are different at different places, what do you design for? So you want not to have cored structure. So if cored structure happens, then what do? We do a heat treatment so that the cores dissolve. The cores dissolve and everywhere there is the same uniform solid structure. That operation, that heat treatment to remove the cores or to get rid of the cored structure is called homogenization. This is called homogenization heat treatment. So what is the answer? After the process of homogenization, coarse structure is formed? No. Coarse structure is removed. Coarse structure was there earlier because of non-equilibrium solidification. Now when you have done homogenization, coarse structure is gone. It is removed. So this sentence is false. Right? So if you understand, I keep on telling you when we are doing the lecture notes and the videos and so on, the lectures, I try to ask from your side all the possible questions that will come in a normal class. And I keep on that what will happen now, what will happen. So I try to explain. So if you have spent with an open mind, if you have spent 5 minutes on the slide which is about non-equilibrium, very fast cooling, solidification, core structure, homogenization, heat treatment, then you will understand it. Then that is it. Yes, I understand that homogenization heat treatment means removal of core structure. It does not mean forming of core structure. So all of these questions, whether they are multiple choice or they are true false, I am spending some time with you so that you learn or you develop this habit of scientific reasoning. Not that this is the answer. Scientific reasoning. Once you are very sure that every time there is something, I will ask questions. And once my answers are there, then I will totally understand it. So this is how it should be. Let us go to the second question, right? It is a quiz. So the pattern with you has been that the quiz is one multiple choice true false type and the other one numerical or slightly theoretical type and so on. And because this time the coverage was chapters 8 and 9. Chapter 8 is phase diagrams. Chapter 9 is called engineering alloys, but it means phase diagrams of more alloys. So the question is about phase diagrams. So this is the question. A 0.25% carbon hypoeutectoid plain carbon steel is slowly cooled from 950 Celsius to a temperature just below 723 Celsius. Calculate mass fractions of pro-eutectoid ferrite, eutectoid ferrite and eutectoid cementite in the steel. Okay? And the iron carbon phase diagram, iron carbide phase diagram is shown. Right? Temperature on one side, weight percent or composition on the other side, iron on one side, iron carbide on the other side. So this is the steel phase diagram or the iron carbide phase diagram. You know it very well. You know it very well. Again, you have already done this quiz. Now, as I always say, if you are 100% sure that my answer is totally right, then it's okay. Otherwise, again, take a pen, pencil, calculator, whatever, solve it again. Take 5 minutes, take 10 minutes, solve it again. And be really sure that, oh, I exactly know how to solve it. But for that, the part of phase diagrams or the part of iron carbide phase diagram should be there in your mind. So, right, so pause my lecture, read the question again carefully, and here you don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to go into anything. I mean, this is it. This is the diagram. If you know phase diagrams, then this is it. This is the phase diagram for carbon, iron carbon, and you can solve it. So please, right? So now if you are listening to me now, it means you paused me earlier, you solved it, and now you're comparing the solution, right? So I am now not reading the problem, I am trying to solve it. What is the first step in always solving it? Read it carefully and note down the data. It is a plain carbon steel, right? So this is it. Plain carbon steel means iron and carbon. There is no manganese, sulfur, phosphor. It is this diagram, plain carbon steel. In plain carbon steel, it is hypoeutectoid. Hypoeutectoid. Which is the eutectoid point? This is the eutectic point. Liquid to two solids. This is the eutectoid point. One solid to two solids. Right? Gamma austenite becomes alpha ferrite and iron carbide. So this is a eutectoid point. So, right? So hypoeutectoid means any carbon percentage less than this one.